The DC multiverse is vast, inhabited by countless beings and entities of unimaginable power, each with a unique purpose to maintain cosmic balance. The Monitors, for example, exist to observe and protect realities, ensuring order across the multiverse. Meanwhile, the Guardians of the Universe, near mythical figures, take on the role of cosmic law enforcers, overseeing the Green Lantern Corps and preserving harmony. But where there is light, there is also darkness. For every manifestation of goodness and balance, there exists its antithesis, entities created to embody pure evil, cruelty, and chaos. These beings are not evil by mere choice. They are designed to spread destruction, terror, and disorder throughout all of creation. They are inevitable forces that challenge both heroes and the very foundations of the multiverse. And it is about these beings, the greatest symbols of evil in the DC universe, that we'll be discussing in today's video. If you enjoyed the topic, be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Mandrakk, the Dark Monitor, is one of the most bizarre and menacing entities in DC Comics. Created by Grant Morrison and J.G. Jones during the Final Crisis saga, he essentially represents what happens when the Monitors, the guardians of the multiverse, become corrupted. While the Monitors were designed to observe and protect cosmic order, Mandrakk is the dark flip side of that, a predator who consumes stories, worlds, and even lives to satiate his hunger. Think of it this way: Mandrakk is like the ultimate vampire of the multiverse, but instead of feeding on blood, he devours the very narrative and life energy of realities. He was born when Dax Novu, the first Monitor, was corrupted while trying to understand the nature of creation. This led to his transformation into a dark force, thirsting to erase everything and reduce the multiverse to absolute nothingness. The craziest part? Mandrakk nearly succeeded in destroying the multiverse during Final Crisis. He faced off against cosmic heavyweights like Superman and was even challenged by a divine version of the hero wielding the Superman sword, a weapon powered by pure hope and willpower. In the end, light triumphed, but Mandrakk proved to be such a colossal threat that even the Monitors themselves fear his return. Eclipso is the embodiment of divine wrath and pure evil. He's a corrupted spirit of vengeance, originally created as a tool of the presence to punish sin. But, like any great cosmic tale, things went terribly wrong. Eclipso allowed himself to be consumed by malevolence, transforming into an agent of chaos and destruction. His power is tied to the heart of darkness, a black diamond that can possess anyone who comes into contact with it. Imagine that. A villain who doesn't just control minds but turns ordinary people into avatars of pure hatred. Eclipso has used this to manipulate both heroes and villains, including heavyweights like Superman and Shazam, proving just how dangerous he truly is. But Eclipso isn't just a personal threat. He's aimed for humanity's complete annihilation in multiple stories. One of his most iconic arcs, Eclipso: The Darkness Within, saw him nearly take control of the entire planet by using heroes as pawns. He's not the kind of villain who wants to rule the world. He wants to utterly destroy it in a vengeance-fueled spree and plunge everything into absolute chaos. The Great Darkness is one of the oldest entities in the DC universe, embodying the concept of absolute evil and the absence of light and creation. If you think cosmic villains like Mandrakk or Eclipso are terrifying, the Great Darkness is essentially the final boss of evil. It is the direct antithesis of the presence, existing even before time itself, when everything was shrouded in darkness. The defining characteristic of the Great Darkness is its ability to corrupt. It doesn't destroy directly, but instead transforms everything and everyone into tools of its dark will. Now, imagine a force so powerful that it can manipulate beings like Darkseid and even the Anti-Monitor as if they were chess pieces. That's exactly what happened in the Dark Crisis on Infinite Earth saga, where the Great Darkness orchestrated a cosmic domination plan, manipulating villains and entire realities. And the madness doesn't stop there. The Great Darkness is virtually invincible because it isn't just a physical entity. It's a concept, a force that exists to balance the light of creation. Even when defeated, it never truly disappears, always lurking in the shadows, waiting for its next opportunity to take over. Parallax is the living embodiment of fear, a terrifying cosmic entity. Representing the dark side of the emotional spectrum, it powers the yellow energy of the Sinestro core. Parallax isn't just a monster, it's fear in its purest form, capable of corrupting even the strongest beings. Its most frightening ability? Possessing living beings, invading their minds, and amplifying their deepest fears until they become devastating weapons. The most iconic event involving Parallax occurred during the Emerald Twilight Saga, when it took control of Hal Jordan, the greatest Green Lantern. After the destruction of Coast City, Hal succumbed to fear and guilt, allowing Parallax to seize control. Under the entity's influence, Hal became one of the DC Universe's greatest villains, destroying the Green Lantern Corps, the Guardians, and even OA itself, the heart of willpower in the cosmos. This moment not only shook the Green Lantern mythos, but also redefined Hal Jordan as a character. However, Parallax is not merely a malevolent force, it plays a vital role in the balance of the emotional spectrum. As one of the 7 primordial entities, alongside Ion, it exists as a necessary counterweight, maintaining equilibrium in the universe's emotional fabric. Black Flash is a grim and unavoidable figure in the DC universe, serving as the very manifestation of death for those connected to the Speed Force. While traditional death comes for ordinary people, Black Flash appears specifically for speedsters, ensuring that even the fastest beings cannot outrun their fate. He's not exactly a villain, but rather a cosmic inevitability, a reminder that even speed has its limits. Black Flash first appeared when he began chasing Wally West, the Flash at the time. He's described as a harbinger who arrives to claim speedsters at the moment of their death, as the unique energy of the Speed Force prevents conventional death from reaching them. Just imagine, even with all his speed, Wally tried escaping by running through time and space but couldn't outrun him. It was only by outsmarting the entity and transporting it to a moment outside the temporal flow that Wally temporarily survived. The appearance of Black Flash is as terrifying as his purpose. He looks like a macabre version of the Flash himself, clad in a black suit with a skeletal grin, symbolizing the inevitability of death. During the events of Blackest Night, his essence was weaponized to create the Black Lantern Flash, making him even more frightening as he spread death across the galaxy. The Batman Who Laughs is a terrifying and sadistic version of Batman, a nightmare born from a twisted fusion of Bruce Wayne and the Joker. Introduced in the Dark Knight's Metal saga, he hails from one of the dark multiverse dimensions, a place where the worst nightmares come to life. In this world, Bruce Wayne is infected by the Joker's toxin gas after killing the villain, transforming into a deadly mix of Batman's genius and the Joker's madness and amorality. This new entity, the Batman Who Laughs, not only retains Bruce Wayne's strategic brilliance, but also embodies the Joker's complete lack of moral boundaries. He is a master manipulator, capable of destroying anyone who opposes him, both physically and psychologically. He formed his own army in the dark multiverse, including twisted versions of other Batmen like the Devastator and the Dawnbreaker, creating a group known as the Dark Knights. The Batman Who Laughs becomes a cosmic-level threat when he is introduced into DC's main universe. He doesn't just aim to conquer Gotham or the world, his goal is to spread the darkness of the dark multiverse across all of creation. During the events of Death Metal, he ascends to near omnipotence by merging with Dr. Manhattan, achieving almost unlimited power. This version, known as the Darkest Knight, is one of the most formidable villains the Justice League has ever faced. Darkseid, the tyrannical ruler of Apocalypse, is one of the most iconic and fearsome villains in DC Comics. Created by Jack Kirby, he embodies absolute evil, ruling with an iron fist while pursuing a single, terrifying goal: to find the anti-life equation. This equation holds the power to control all life in the multiverse, erasing free will and subjecting everything to his command. Essentially, Darkseid doesn't just want domination, he seeks to erase the very concept of freedom from existence. As one of the new gods, Darkseid wields almost unmatched power. He is immortal, possesses immense strength, and is a master manipulator. His greatest weapon is the Omega Beam, a devastating energy he fires from his eyes that can disintegrate, resurrect, or teleport his victims at will. These beams are so lethal that even the mightiest heroes, like Superman, must rely on sheer luck to avoid them. Darkseid is far more than brute force. He is a ruthless strategist. He commands his army of parademons and loyal generals such as Darkseid and Granny Goodness to conquer planets and subjugate entire civilizations. His clashes with the Justice League are legendary, with standout sagas like the Darkseid War, where he battles not only Earth's heroes but also the new gods themselves. The Anti-Monitor is a devastating and feared entity, embodying total destruction and the end of realities. Created by Marv Wolfman and George Perez during the iconic Crisis on Infinite Earth saga, he serves as the dark counterpart to the Monitor. While the Monitor strives to protect the multiverse, the Anti-Monitor seeks to destroy it, consuming entire universes to increase his power and spread the void. Originating from the antimatter universe of Quard, the Anti-Monitor was born after a catastrophic event that created his dimension. He spent billions of years amassing power before launching his campaign of annihilation, triggering one of DC's greatest crises. During Crisis on Infinite Earths, he obliterated countless parallel realities, reducing the multiverse to just 5 surviving Earths. His colossal strength and mastery of antimatter made him a nearly unstoppable threat. The Anti-Monitor is responsible for some of DC's most tragic events. During the saga, he caused the deaths of legendary heroes like Supergirl and Barry Allen, whose sacrifices were pivotal in halting his wave of destruction. His Shadow Army and advanced technology expand his reach, allowing him to dominate entire realities with ease. Genocide is a brutal entity created to embody destruction and chaos. Introduced in Wonder Woman Volume 3, Genocide is a deeply personal antagonist for Wonder Woman, designed to destroy her both physically and emotionally. This artificially constructed being was formed from the corpse of a future version of Diana Prince, infused with mystical energies and dark forces. The creation of Genocide was a twisted act orchestrated by the villain Veronica Cale and the organization known as Section 8, who used the Spear of Destiny to animate her body. Her strength, speed, and durability are extraordinary, rivaling even Wonder Woman herself. However, what makes Genocide truly terrifying is her ability to spread despair. She wields Wonder Woman's lasso of truth, corrupted to induce terror and suffering in anyone she ensnares. Genocide's goal goes beyond mere physical dominance. She seeks to destroy everything Diana represents. She targets Wonder Woman's allies, dismantling her relationships and undermining her resolve. Though her time in the DC universe was brief, Genocide left a devastating impact, proving to be a threat not only to Wonder Woman but to humanity as a whole. Perpetua is an immensely powerful and malevolent being, representing corrupted creation and an insatiable quest for absolute control. Introduced in Justice League Volume 4, Perpetua is the mother of the DC multiverse and the creator of the Monitor, Anti-Monitor, and the World Forger. Her ambition was to craft a multiverse fueled by eternal conflict and powered by destructive energy, in stark opposition to the balanced order envisioned by the Presence. When the superior beings known as the Cosmic Hands discovered her plan, Perpetua was punished and imprisoned within the Source Wall, the barrier separating the multiverse from the Void. Millions of years later, Lex Luthor and the Legion of Doom managed to free her, triggering the events of Justice League, Doom War, and Death Metal. Once liberated, Perpetua reshaped reality, transforming the multiverse into her dark vision and destroying countless worlds to amplify her power. Perpetua wields incomprehensible abilities. She can reshape existence, create entire realities, and manipulate cosmic forces. Her connection to the Anti-Monitor and other cosmic entities places her at the heart of the chaos that perpetually threatens the DC universe. Her terrifying goal is simple yet devastating: to rebuild the multiverse in her image, a domain of eternal conflict where she reigns as the supreme goddess. Want to see more videos about cosmic entities? Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time.